Sarah Ripmaster, VP of Sales for Major Accounts at PointRoll, gives some expert perspective on the continuing evolution of digital media.
In my perspective, media is really changing, and the way that media is bought and sold digitally has become a really interesting thing to watch and see. It used to be that you would buy media and you'd buy a place. You'd go and you'd say, my audience is on Auto Trader, so I'm going to buy Auto Trader. And while I think there's certain, value to buying specific sites, the debate is now we want to buy people. We're not interested necessarily in just buying a place because people move throughout the internet. So when you're having a conversation with someone on an endemic site, that's great, but that same person is also visiting a lifestyle site and is also going throughout the internet. So how do you have a two-way conversation with that person as they travel throughout the internet? So it's interesting to understand the approach that the agencies and the advertisers are taking to do that. I think that we're getting smarter, and the old adage of the funnel is kind of blurring and going away, and I think that's smart because I think that you really have to be able to, there's a lot going on in the space right now. There's people, there's audience, there's publishers, there's all of this data overlay that's involved to try to find the right person through, the learnings on the cookie and finding not just, as I said, not just places, but people. And I think it's important that there's consistency from the brand all the way down to the actual dealer level. So you look at a message when you're starting at, let's say, the top of what used to be called the funnel, and you're introducing a car, right? And it's a really heavy branding message. You want to continue to have what I call a two-way conversation with your user and find out what interests them. And you can now through data and through the metrics that we can garner through digital ads. So it's no longer a one-size-fits-all. It's really important to understand what resonates with your particular consumer and then make sure you're having a conversation with them and not just pushing, but also learning from them, and then the feedback loop goes back.